Well, imagine, it sounds horrific. Dogs and cats dehydrated, left in the scorching sun, or even sent to the wrong city. Tonight, 2 former pet handlers are confirming what we uncovered, that animals in some cases are being mistreated.
Investigative reporter Elise Kirshner traveled to Washington, D.C. to speak with the federal agency that oversees the transportation of animals. Elise, strong allegations here.
Yeah, Raj, well, the former pet handlers say they saw it firsthand. Animals being left out in extreme heat, pets mishandled, even accidentally shipped to the wrong country, all in the care of airlines.
People are being misled.
They worked in cargo at one of the country's largest airports.
Sometimes the animals would actually be deceased on arrival.
Dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Both wanted us to alter their voices and appearances to protect their careers. They worked for a pet care company hired by United Airlines to provide quality control. Inside this holding facility on airport grounds, both made sure animals were fed, walked, and properly secured in their crates while being shipped in United Airlines' Pet Safe program. From there, United's cargo employees would take the animals out to the tarmac.
She was dying, literally right in front of me.
They chose to speak out after seeing what happened to Janet Sinclair's dog, Sedona.
The animals are still sitting in the tarmac.
Sinclair filmed this cell phone video showing Sedona's crate on the tarmac in 90-plus degree heat during a layover in Houston. Sinclair spent nearly $3,000 in vet bills. United responded by sending the investigative unit a statement, in part saying, "We offered to compensate Miss Sinclair by fully reimbursing her vet bill, but unfortunately, she declined to accept the terms of the agreement."
I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
And I just wanted to reach out to her and tell her that, I'm not surprised at all.
Not surprised, because they claim they've witnessed other problems as well, and even sent these photos to United supervisors, like this puppy that allegedly arrived bloated and sick, because they argue she was too young to fly as cargo. Pets without water, or water that a dog can hardly reach in its crate.
Sometimes crates upside down, no cups inside.
We asked United several times for an on-camera interview to respond to the allegations. They declined, instead sending us this statement saying, in part, without providing us specifics on times, dates, or locations, we are unable to directly respond to or research these allegations. The carrier also says their PetSafe partners and employees are well trained in animal care and have completed a USDA-approved customized live animal handling course. And according to its website, the carrier guarantees that pets travel in climate-controlled vehicles for connections in United's hubs.
I know for a fact there was many summers where the temperatures didn't work.
The airline also says pet owners can track their animals in transit.
They sent a dog that was supposed to go to Florida to Hong Kong.
How do you send an animal to the wrong country?
Complete carelessness and lack of accountability.
Our concern, we want to make sure these animals arrive safely at their destination.
Dr. Gerald Russian is the staff veterinary medical officer at the USDA in Washington, D.C. The agency enforces the Animal Welfare Act, meant to protect animals in transport.
Our goal is always to have 0 injuries.
Russian argues incidents can be discovered and prevented during unannounced USDA inspections. We shared with Dr. Russian some of the complaints the pet handlers we spoke to sent to United supervisors, like in July, when United employees allegedly refused to move a panting golden retriever off the tarmac. Instead, they kept smoking, talking with the dog sitting in his kennel in the heat, or needing to ask United supervisors for months to provide water bowls in the dead of summer. Would those be violations?
Well, the incident that you described to me, we have to look into it.
But that can get complicated. By law, airlines must report incidents to the Department of Transportation. Those reports are sent once a month to the USDA. Then they can investigate and can take action. But United hasn't reported Sedona's incident to the DOT. Medical records show she suffered heat stroke, which can be considered an illness, not an injury. Airlines only report to DOT when an animal dies, disappears, or is injured. Some would argue that the airlines aren't motivated to necessarily report it.
Well, we don't base our jobs on what's reported. Our role is to do our inspections. Our role is to look into complaints. So if they're not reporting it, that's DOT's role.
But we also discovered during the 4 months the pet handlers were sending emails to United supervisors, we could not find any unannounced USDA inspections of the airline at that major hub. You worked at one of the busiest airports in the U.S. for 5 years. How often did you see a USDA investigator show up unannounced?
I'm going to say maybe once, maybe.
Did you ever see a USDA investigator show up unannounced?
No.
And USDA inspectors visit airports 2 to 3 times a year, sometimes more if complaints are filed. There have been more than 400 reports of animals dying, disappearing, or being injured in the care of airlines since 2005. The airlines argue thousands of pets are safely shipped every year. And the USDA urges that if anything happens, that they should report it directly to them. We've set up a link on our website so that people can do just that.
It's troubling for us pet owners.
That's one way of putting it, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Elise.
Well, if you have a tip for Elise or anyone on our investigative unit, give us a call at 888-996-TIPS, or you can always send us an email to the unit at NBCBayArea.com.